Assassin's Creed Revelations is the third and final installment of the Ezio Trilogy. As opposed to Venice and Rome, we find ourselves in a beautifully crafted adaptation of Turkey as Ezio Auditore. As Desmond Miles, on the other hand, we find ourselves trapped in a digital reality known as Animus Island with Subject 16 for company. This platinum has a lot in store for us, including a new love for Ezio, a couple of new locations to explore, a strong focus on different kinds of bombs as a part of the combat, and also some mind-bending gameplay to go through as Desmond that explores much more of the backstory behind himself and Ezio. There's 50 trophies in total to collect, including the platinum. 14 are story related, 7 are progression based, 3 are collectible, 15 are miscellaneous, and 10 are associated with the Lost Archive. Let's dive into it. We begin the game as Desmond Miles trapped on Animus Island. At the conclusion of AC Brotherhood, we're forced into killing Lucy and are lying in a slump on the ground. In order to regain consciousness, we need to relive the next chapter of Ezio's life in Turkey and understand why we were made to kill Lucy in the first place. This brings us to Ezio, where we begin with a cutscene showing Ezio's capture. After escaping the Templar clutches, we search the assassin fortress Masyaf for a secret library our ancestor Altair hid beneath the stronghold. In this library, we're hoping to find crucial information regarding the Apple of Eden that will help us keep it safe and out of Templar hands. After finding the entrance to the library, we learn that we need special keys to open it, the first of which resides in the pocket of the Templar captain that took us captive in the first place. After tracking him down, we get right in there and assassinate him. Bang, get out of it.
Stop howling.
Get out of it. Ooh, let's go!
Niccolo Polo's journal. This will do you no good. Not now. We have found one of the Masyaf keys already.
For taking him out, we complete DNA Sequence 1, which gives us the Best Served Cold trophy. When we assassinated the Templar captain, we took a book from him. Unfortunately, the key had been passed on to his superior, but the book, on the other hand, points us towards Constantinople, where the rest of the keys are located and where we'll spend the remainder of the game. Upon reaching Constantinople, we meet the leader of the local Assassin's Guild, Yusuf, who becomes a prominent NPC in this game. He takes us to the Galata headquarters, which is basically his base of operations in the city. Once we've scoped out the new digs and said hey to the fellas, it's time for us to do something about our second hidden blade that broke when we were captured in Masyaf. Yusuf's solution is the hook blade, a tool that will prove to come in handy in many different situations and something that becomes a mainstay for the rest of the game. The next item on the agenda is defending the Galata den from the attacking Byzantine Templars. Defending a den involves this weird sequence of events that felt like Assassin's Creed's version of Bloons Tower defense. The objective is to basically not let anyone through by putting up barricades and using different soldiers in tactical spots across the roofs. There's a trophy related to this that we'll pick up soon as well. After defending the den successfully, we then learn a bit about the bombs in this game. Yusuf gives us a bit of a demonstration before we have a go ourselves. Like that. These were diversion bombs, one of the 3 categories available to us, the other 2 being lethal and tactical. Through the game we pick up heaps of different ingredients and build our own that suit our particular needs. There's quite a few trophies related to these, so I'll go into a bit more depth about their ins and outs later. For now, we need to recover a den that's been taken by the Templars. Completely different to defending a den, the way this works is by identifying and taking out the Templar captain, then climbing the den's tower before lighting it on fire to signal the Assassin Brotherhood of a job well done. For recapturing this particular den, we complete the memory sequence and also complete DNA Sequence 2, which gives us the trophy called Istanbul and Constantinople. We start DNA Sequence 3 by freeing this citizen, who we then recruit as an assassin trainee. Over the course of the game, we're able to recruit several new members into the Brotherhood who we need to train up to the rank of Master Assassin by sending them on missions in the Mediterranean Defense minigame for a progression-based trophy, so it was good to get that started. We then run into a familiar face when searching an old trading post, a lovely lady by the name of Sophia that was on the boat with us when we arrived in Constantinople. Sophia becomes a very important NPC over the course of the game as she and Ezio grow much closer and much more intimate with each other.
See, how did you know?
We were on the same ship. I am Ezio Auditore.
Sophia Sartor. Have we met?
We have now. May I have a look around?
Have you found anything interesting? Mio Dio! Who put that there? Incredibile. Where does it lead?
Why don't we find out?
Who are you, Messere?
Only the most interesting man in your life.
Ah, che presuntuoso.
A presto, Sophia. I will return in a moment.
Wily old silver fox, if I've ever seen one. Now that we've discovered the secret entrance to the Yerebitan cistern that we were looking for in the shop, it's time to make our way through it. Along the way, we pick up a couple of miscellaneous trophies. First, silent but deadly for killing 3 guards simultaneously with throwing knives. As well as Craft Maniac for crafting my first 30 bombs. Once we make our way through all the guards, we complete the cistern, which gives us our first of 5 Masyaf keys that we need to collect in order to access Altair's secret library. Now that I've got more than a good feel for the game, we tick off one of the progression-based trophies with Overkiller, which we get for assassinating 50 guards with the Hidden Blade. A moment ago I mentioned that there was a trophy associated with den defenses. Basically, if you're able to perform a perfect den defense without using the cannon, you'll get the trophy called Iron Curtain. Now that I'd done a few of these, I was confident that I'd be able to get the job done without the cannon, so I went for it and got across the line successfully. Next, we continue training our first apprentice of the game by working together to take out this former member of the Brotherhood that's been threatening the Galata district. For completing the assassination, we get 2 trophies, the first being my protege for having 1 trainee reach the rank of Master Assassin, and the second being Seal the Deal for completing DNA Sequence 3. We begin Sequence 4 by saving Prince Suleiman at the Topkapi Palace after learning of a Templar plan to infiltrate the event and strike him down. For saving his life, we earn his trust, and we're invited to help him uncover the conspiracy to overthrow his uncle, the next in line to become Sultan. We secretly listen in on some conversation to learn more about the plot and report back to the prince with what we learned.
Tariq Bey, a word. What was the purpose of this attack, I wonder? To make me look weak? An ineffective steward of the city? If you are the hand in this mess, Tariq, you have made a grave mistake. My father has chosen me as the next Sultan, not my brother.
May I speak freely?
You'd better.
You are weak, Ahmed. Pensive in times of war and restless in times of peace. You lack passion for the traditions of the Ghazi, yet you speak of fraternity in the company of infidels. You make a decent philosopher, Ahmed, but you will be a poor sultan.
Quite a family,
Your uncle lacks sway over the men he will soon command.
Tariq is a hard man. Proud and capable, but ambitious. And he admires my father greatly.
But he failed to secure this palace against the Byzantine invasion. That alone is worth our attention.
Precisely.
Where should we begin?
During the sequence, we also help Sophia recover a package from this boat, and we learn that the location of another key is within Galata Tower. After reaching the tower and making our way through it using some hardcore parkour skills, we get to the end and get our hands on our second Masyaf key. To finish the sequence, we're playing as Altair back in the day. For saving Abas from the Apple of Eden and gaining control of the Assassin Order, we complete the memory as well as DNA Sequence 4, which gives us the trophy called The Prince. Let's go, The Prince. Trophy earned, definitely for completing Sequence 4. Love it, love to see it. We continue with the story into DNA Sequence 5, where we follow Tariq to the arsenal due to our suspicion that he's in league with the Templars. We also retrieve a painting for Sophia, which leads to the revelation of another book location, so we go ahead and pick that up, which then points us to the Forum of the Ox, where our next Masyaf key is located. After making our way through the forum with some more parkour skills, we get our hands on the key at the end of the tunnel. Using the key, we relive another Altair memory. After the death of our beloved Maria, we're forced to flee Masyaf with our son. This leaves Abbas as the new mentor of the Levantine assassins.
And I will have your head for all the dishonor you brought upon my family. You cannot run forever, not from us, and not from your lies.
Back as Ezio, we start a riot and successfully infiltrate the arsenal undetected, hot on the tail of Tariq as well as his co-conspirator Manuel Palelagos. It turns out that Tariq was selling weapons to Manuel, but before we're able to do anything about it, we're spotted and have to escape. For fleeing the arsenal and completing this final memory of the DNA sequence, we get the Plot Thickens trophy. Beautiful. Hey, the plot thickens. Nice, another trophy. To kick off sequence 6, we report back to Prince Suleiman to let him know about the weapons deal between Tariq and Manuel. Here's how the meeting goes.
That is a sad sound.
Tariq knows where the rifles are headed. If I find him first, I can follow the weapons straight to the Byzantines.
He will be with his Janissaries in their barracks. So if you want to get close, you will have to be one yourself.
Not a problem.
Güzel. Get the information you need. Then kill him.
Are you sure? You told me Tariq and your father were close friends, Suleiman.
This is true, but such naked treason against my grandfather deserves death.
In Daisy.
I feel like this kid is the bad guy. He's playing everyone for a fool. With Suleiman deciding Tariq needs to be taken out, we first get our hands on a Janissary outfit, and then get close enough to make the assassination possible, only for our worst fears to come to light. Bang. See ya! Plot twist in a second. Uh-oh.
What a bitter irony. Is this the result of Suleiman's investigation?
You collude with the Sultan's enemies. What did you expect would come of such treachery?
I blame myself. Not for treason, but hubris. I was preparing an ambush. Preparing to strike the Byzantine Templars where they felt safest.
What proof do you have of this?
See, here. This will lead you to the Byzantines in Cappadocia. Destroy them if you can.
So he was a goodie the whole time.
Tariq. Forgive me.
I called it. I knew it was going to be the one that was playing chess. I definitely didn't see that one coming. Tariq was innocent. Before we inform the prince of his mistake, we head over to the bookshop to see Sophia once again, where she has a proposition for us.
What do you need?
It is silly, but a bouquet of fresh flowers. White tulips, specifically.
I can get you the flowers. Nessun problema.
Are you sure?
It will be a nice change of pace.
Bene. Meet me in the park east of Hagia Sophia, and we will trade. Flowers for information.
So we get our hands on the flowers for Sophia and meet her at the park.
What is this?
A gift. Sit.
Killed it.
Che belli, grazie.
You just got swindled.
For letting me play a small role in your adventure.
You just got swindled into that, Ezio.
This adventure, believe me.
You are a mystery, Ezio Auditore.
Mi dispiace. I do not mean to be.
It is fine. È affascinante.
Sembra squisito.
Why, thank you.
Any luck with the final code?
Oh man.
The code, see. I solved it many hours ago. You will get it soon enough.
Yeah, see, she was playing you, dude. She just wanted to wine and dine your ass. I think it's safe to say the flirty banter between these two is getting a little bit out of control. Anyway, back to the story. With the book in hand, we head to Maiden's Tower, where the 4th Masyaf key is located. Okay. Stop it, that looks so good. We work our way through the tower and eventually get our hands on the key. With 4 of them in pocket now, there's only 1 remaining, which is in the hands of the Templars. Next, we relive a quick memory of Altair's, where we finally remove Abbas from power many, many years after we fled Masyaf. Abbas's personal vendetta against Altair clouded his leadership of the assassins, and they'd had enough. Here's the final exchange between the two.
I was 10 years old when your father came to see me. He was in tears, begging to be forgiven for betraying my family. Then he cut his own throat. I watched his life ebb away at my feet. I will never forget that image. No! But he was not a coward, Abbas. He reclaimed his honor.
I hope there is another life after this one. Then I will see him and know the truth of his final days. And when it is your time, we will find you. And then there will be no doubts.
With Abbas gone, we reclaim our title as mentor of the Levantine assassins from here on in. Back in the modern day setting with Ezio, we inform the prince of his mistake regarding Tariq and his assassination. While it's a bit grim that an innocent man is dead, we did learn where the weapons are headed, so Suleiman agrees to arrange transportation for us to Cappadocia right as his uncle interrupts our conversation.
Suleiman! Suleiman! I have been set up and made to look a traitor. Do you remember Tariq, the Janissary?
The man you quarreled with?
He has been murdered. It is no secret that he and I were at odds. Now the Janissaries will accuse me of this crime.
This is terrible news, Uncle.
When word gets back to my father, he will banish me from the city. Ah, forgive me, nephew. I was not aware that you had a guest.
This is Marcello, one of my European advisors in Cafe.
Buonasera.
Marcello, my nephew and I have a private matter to discuss.
As I said, there will be a ship waiting for you when you wish to leave.
Grazie, mio principe.
Before we can get to Cappadocia though, we need to get past this massive chain that's preventing us from leaving the harbour. Of course, a chain is no match for the greatest assassin to have ever lived in Ezio Auditore, so we use the bomb handed to us, blow up the chain and begin our escape. To ensure no other ships pursue us or hinder our efforts to get away, we set the Byzantine fleet ablaze before making our way to our ship.
Yours is not a subtle approach.
Si. Sorry for the delay.
This marks the end of our time in Constantinople for now, as well as the end of DNA Sequence 6, for which we get the Success and Failures trophy. I decided to take a break from the main story at this point, given I'd acquired enough data fragments in Constantinople to work my way through the entirety of Desmond Miles' story sequences. The DNA fragments are like the flags or feathers we'd picked up in previous games, and there's a collectible trophy for gathering all of them, which we'll focus on later. For now, 5 easy story-related trophies were on the cards. Now that we're playing as Desmond Miles on Animus Island, we wander through abstract recreations of his memories, beginning with his childhood. For completing Desmond Sequence 1, we get the Early Years trophy. We follow that up by going through more abstract memories, more focused on remembering the routine of living as an assassin. For completing Desmond Sequence 2, we get the Reluctant Assassin trophy. Is that another one? Is that another one? There we go, the Reluctant Assassin. Complete Desmond Sequence 2. 2 down, 2 to go. Desmond Sequence 3 involved remembering the path we took upon leaving the Assassins, for which we get the Escape to New York trophy. Desmond Sequence 4 encompasses the memories of life in New York City, as well as the job we had at the company called Bad Weather. And finishing this one off, we get the trophy called the Rotten Apple. And finally, Desmond Sequence 5 explores the memories of how we came to be at Abstergo Industries. Finishing this final sequence of Desmond's, we get the trophy called Are You Desmond Miles?
My name is Desmond Miles, and I am an assassin.
Yeah, we are.
I am an assassin.
I am an assassin, that's it. Sequence 5, Dunskies. Throughout this game, Ezio had been writing to his sister Claudia. Have a listen to what he had to say here regarding Sophia. These two are meant to be together.
If I am lucky, I will not be alone, for there may be Ottoman spies in the area waiting to strike. But, as ever, I put stock only in myself and hold the memory of dear Sophia close to my heart. Claudia, you would laugh to hear the racing thoughts of your brother now. I have come to admire Sophia with more affection than I thought possible. After the death of Christina, something withered in me. But that feeling, that capacity for love, has returned. I adore Sophia, but dare not drag her into this life of mine. Not without fear of hurting her, or driving her away.
Ezio. He's a little softy, isn't he? Now we jump back in as Ezio on our way to Cappadocia. After arriving, we infiltrate the city and find a high point to scope the place out. Low-key, that's really handy. Synchronizing inside like a cave. I've never seen that in my life. Next, it was time to get to work and cause some chaos. We do that by destroying the Byzantine weapons depot, sending the city up in flames. Alerted to the commotion, Manuel comes out to investigate and freaks out when he sees us.
Stop that man! Cut him down!
We chase him down and assassinate him, retrieving the final Masyaf key in the process. Here we go.
You take advantage of a poor and displaced people, using us to further your own vain quest. But we fight for dignity, assassin. We fight to restore peace to this troubled land.
Templars are always quick to talk of peace, but very slow to concede power.
Because power begets peace, Flaka. It cannot happen in reverse. These people would drown without a firm hand to lift them up and keep them in line.
There he is. The monster I came to kill.
Take it. Seek your fortune. See if you get within 100 leagues of that.
Immediately following our assassination of Manuel, we find out who the insider is. Check this out.
Poor Manuel, last of the Palerologi. I should not have put him in charge of our Masyaf expedition. He was an arrogant man. Impossible to keep in line.
You disappoint me, Ahmed. Why the Templars?
Because I am tired of all of these pointless blood feuds that pit father against son, brother against brother. To achieve true peace, mankind must think and move as one body, with one mastermind. The secrets in the Grand Temple will give us just that. And Altair will lead us there.
Delusions! Altair's secrets are not for you.
I am not interested in arguing, Ezio. I am here for the Masyaf keys.
Keys? Are there more than this one?
So I have heard. Perhaps I should ask someone who knows better. Sophia Sam. Is that her name?
She knows nothing. Leave her be.
We shall.
You're threatening Ezio's girl. Don't do that.
I know you'll try.
Don't do that. Absolute snake. Threatening Sophia like that is just not on. Obviously pretty concerned about our new love, we cut down these guards and leave Cappadocia in a hurry to get back to Constantinople to see if Sophia's alright. While on the boat, we access another memory as Altair. Now that Altair is the fragile old age of 92, it's time to shut up shop. We hand the keys and the codex to this guy for safekeeping and use the Apple of Eden one final time to subdue the soldiers attacking the strong. Finishing this memory also signals the end of DNA sequence 7, for which we get the trophy called Old Boss, New Boss. Now that we're at the pointy end of the story, we kick sequence 8 off, arriving back in Constantinople with a bounty on our head.
Note that a reward of 10,000 akçe will be given without question to anyone who brings in information that leads to the immediate arrest of the suikastçı, Ezio Auditore.
Despite the bounty, we jet straight for Sophia's shop, where our worst fears are realized. That's not her, is it? Or is that our friend? There's no shot that's her. That's our friend.
have earned your rest, brother. Requiescat in pace.
Our friend Yusuf has been murdered and Sophia's been taken by Ahmet and the Templars. We're down 1-0, so it was time for a halftime team talk to G up the lads.
Brothers, sisters, the whole city rises against us, while Yusuf's murderer waits and watches from the arsenal, laughing. Fight with me, and show him what it means to cross the assassins.
Ooh, turn up, Ezio. Let's go. Following the pep talk, we run up on Ahmet and jump him.
Where is she?
Such fury.
Where is she?
If you think you are in a position to negotiate, kill me and be done with it. I am sorry it had to come to this. Two men who should be friends, quarreling over the keys to a library. Bring the seals to Galata Tower when you are ready. Do this, and Sophia will be spared. My brother's army will be here soon, Ezio. After that, everything changes.
We're in a corner and we must concede. We're forced to give Ahmet the Masyaf keys in exchange for Sophia. Here's how it played out.
Now, the keys. First, the girl. She's all yours.
Sophia!
Tell your men to back off. She's all yours.
They better not push her off. I swear to God, I'm gonna lose it. Find the tower and rescue Sophia. Where's the tower? You leave her alone. You leave Sophia alone. She's a lovely lady. It's not her.
Dannazione!
Teşekkürler efendim. Çok teşekkürler.
Where is she? I'm just following the arrow. I don't know where it is. Very good. Don't you dare touch Sophia.
Are you hurt?
Not hurt, but very confused.
I did not mean to drag you into this. I'm sorry.
You're not responsible for the actions of other men.
No,
All this will be over soon, but I need to recover what they have taken.
I do not understand what is happening, Ezio. Who are these men?
Run!
Now that we've rescued Sophia, we need to get our hands on the keys once again. So we give chase on a horse and carriage, which was chaotic to say the least.
We are close. Keep steady.
Well, well. You have come to see me off.
Hold on! Hang on, Sophia!
Look out! Ezio!
Are you hurt, Sophia?
I don't think so.
Hold on!
Obviously. Ezio, look!
You have been a thorn in my side.
Ah! Go, Ezio, I'm fine.
So what now, Ezio? How does this end?
I am wondering that myself.
soldiers! Selim is not your master! You serve the Sultan! You carry out his command alone! Where is he? Where is the Sultan?
He stands before you, brother. Father made his choice.
Selim! Stop! Please!
So, you are the assassin. Ezio Auditore. I am Selim, Suleiman's father. He speaks quite highly of you.
He is a remarkable boy with a magnificent mind.
Were it not for his endorsement, I would have you killed where you stand. Leave this place. Do not return.
What a sequence of events. Ahmet is killed by his brother Salim, we recover the keys, and are effectively told to get lost. This marks the end of Sequence 8, for which we get the trophy called Priorities. We begin our final DNA sequence of the game back at Masyaf with Sophia, with the hope of finally unlocking the door to Altair's library. Once there, we do manage to unlock the door, only to find it completely stripped of all its books. We also find Altair's remains, holding onto one last memory seal.
No wisdom. Just you, fratello mio. Requiescat in pace, Altair.
In as Altair for the final time in the game, we advise our son to live a peaceful life as he ventures to move the Assassin Order to a new location. We store the apple in the vault and sit down to rest, essentially accepting death's embrace and acknowledging that this is the end of the road for us. Kept a key for himself as well, which is like kind of interesting, I guess. Oh, that was smoothest transition ever. Oh my god. Back in as Ezio once again, we not only wrap up the story for Revelations, but wrap up the story for the Ezio Trilogy in the most sensational way. Here's what happens.
Here. I have seen enough for one life. Desmond?
He's talking to me?
I heard your name once before, Desmond. A long time ago. And now it lingers in my mind, like an image from an old dream. I do not know where you are, or by what means you can hear me. But I know you are listening. I have lived my life as best I could, not knowing its purpose, but drawn forward like a moth to a distant moon. And here at last, I discover a strange truth. But I am only a conduit for a message that eludes my understanding. Who are we, who have been so blessed to share our stories like this? To speak across centuries? Maybe you will answer all the questions I have asked. Maybe you will be the one to make all this suffering worth something in the end.
No, stop it. That's too cool.
Listen.
Do you hear me, Cypher? Can you see me? Ah, there you are. Good.
Who's this guy?
A strange place, this nexus of time. I am not used to the calculations. That has always been Minerva's domain. I see you still have many questions. Who were we? What became of us? What do we desire of you?
So these are the ones that came.
You will have your answers.
Okay.
Only listen, and I will tell you how.
Because that wasn't a Juno in
Before
AC2
the end
going into
and
Brotherhood.
after, we sought to
This
save
is
the
an
world.
E-suit. Okay.
We
Different
built
map than the one
vaults
in
within
Brotherhood.
which to work,
Okay.
each dedicated to a different method of salvation. They were placed underground to avoid the war which raged above, and also as a precaution should we fail in our efforts. Each vault's knowledge was transmitted to a single place. It was our duty, mine, Minerva's, and Juno's.
There we go, Minerva and Juno, that's
all
it.
that was collected. We chose those solutions which held the most promise, and devoted ourselves to testing their merits. 6 we tried in succession, each more encouraging than the last, but none worked. And then the world ended.
A final cutscene shows Desmond waking from the slumber he'd been in since the end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, setting up what I can only assume is the story for the next Assassin's Creed game.
I know what we need to do.
For completing not only DNA Sequence 9, but the entirety of the story for the game, we pick up the Revelations Trophy. Sequence 9 complete. That's the story done. With all in-game story-related trophies out of the way, it was time to knock out the rest of the miscellaneous, progression-based, and collectible trophies. We start by getting our hands on the I Can See You trophy for killing 5 guards while under the cover of a smokescreen bomb. We follow that up by finding and beating up this guy called Duccio that was giving Sophia a bit of grief earlier in the game. Next came the trophy called Almost Flying, for parachuting directly from the top of the Gladder Tower to the Golden Horn. So 2 of 10 memoir pages collected is good, but what we want to do is jump off this and we've got a parachute over there for a trophy. Parachute. I didn't know what button it was. I hope I make it. I know where I'm going here. I've got to hit that little... I've got to get to the river essentially, so... Come on, come on, come on. I'm not even going to drop into the water, I'm just going to let myself hit the water. And I think I should be okay. I should be okay. That should be it. Trophy, trophy. Almost flying, there we go. I thought this would also be a good time to get the trophy called Show Off, parachuting directly onto a zipline. This one was a bit frustrating as I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to make the transition onto the zipline. After a quick Google search, I figured it out and got the job done. Apparently I need to tap circle to release the parachute and then hold circle to go onto the zipline. Getting at this go. Getting at this try. Sure I'm above it. There we go, show off. Oh man, that's got to be my 5th try climbing to the top of that huge tower as well. But that is for parachuting directly onto a zipline, so glad we got that one done. After those trophies involving the parachute, I made my way over to Hagia Sophia to get the Spider Assassin trophy for climbing the Hagia Sophia from the ground to its pinnacle in under 25 seconds, which was pretty straightforward. While completing these miscellaneous trophies, I'd been putting my assassin recruits to work in the Mediterranean defense game. For controlling all cities with the exception of Rhodes, in said game we picked up the Armchair General trophy right as I was working away at some of the bomb missions.
What are you up to?
Next came lightning strikes for killing 5 guards in 5 seconds using the hidden blades. This was pretty fun. Hey, there we go, finally. I followed that with Mosh Pit for having 10 guards poisoned at the same time. Using bombs is definitely the easiest way to get this done. And now for a really weird miscellaneous trophy. Basically you had to get guards to chase you, stun them with a Caltrops bomb right next to a scaffold, and then awkwardly try and collapse the scaffold on top of them. For killing 5 guards doing this, we get the trophy called Mousetrap. Next came the trophy called Monsters Dance. You've got to get a guard to incapacitate 3 civilians while he's poisoned. By far the easiest way to do this is to go to a relatively crowded place on the map, poison a guard, and throw money on the ground so the peasants flock to pick it up. And voila, easy trophy. I followed that up with a Friend Indeed, a trophy you'll get for completing all faction creed challenges from a single faction. I messed up a bit getting this trophy. I was under the impression that the bomb challenges and the bomb missions were the same thing, which isn't the case. A bit of a rookie error on my part. For the bomb missions, I needed to come see this guy in the Piri shop. He had 8 challenges up on the wall, all relating to bombs and how to use them in different scenarios. Thankfully, the missions were all very straightforward, so it didn't take me long to smash them out. After escaping the area following this final one, I got my hands on the Pyromaniac trophy. Next came an easy collectible orientated trophy called Worth 1,000 Words for collecting all 10 of Ishak Pasha's memoir pages. Gathering all the memoir pages allowed me to get this next trophy. In order to access the Hagia Sophia challenge level, you need to have collected the 10 pages to gain access to this stunning cathedral where we could truly put our parkour skills to the test. Going through the Hagia Sophia really reminded me of the Assassin's Tomb inside the Santa Maria del Fiore that I completed as a part of my Assassin's Creed 2 playthrough. High ceilings, stained glass windows, and to be honest, just heaps and heaps of fun. For completing the level, we get the Holy Wisdom trophy. Once a trainee reaches their max rank, you need to complete a couple of missions with them, which essentially cements their position in the Assassin's Brotherhood. For completing this final mission with my 7th trainee to reach the rank of Master Assassin, I got the trophy called the Mentor.
Requiescat in pace.
I followed that up with a really annoying miscellaneous trophy called Tax Evasion. Basically, you need to cross your fingers, hope and pray that a Templar tax collector robs you. This happens randomly in the open world and there's no easy way to ensure that it happens. After noticing the tax collector's icon on the minimap, I finally had the opportunity to get my money back, which is exactly what you need to do for the trophy to pop. Alright, that was a miserable attempt at a tackle, but it didn't take me long to track him down. Got him. Next up was the trophy called Capped for collecting all Animus data fragments. This is easily the grindiest collectible in the game, much like the feathers and flags in previous Assassin's Creed titles. Thankfully, I'd had a bit of practice, so I put my head down, got to work, and smashed them out to get the trophy. Here we go. That's it. Oh, what a mission. For looting 50 dead guards with thief looting, I got my hands on Fast Fingers. And then for achieving 100% synchronization in all sequences, I finally managed to grab the trophy called Fond Memories. I did my best through the story to get 100% on as many missions as possible, restarting a bunch of them over and over if I missed the optional objective. There was only this one at the Arsenal Gate where I had to limit the amount of civilian casualties that gave me a serious headache. After many failed attempts, I finally got the job done, earning me that sweet, sweet trophy. There it is, Fond Memories. Achieve 100% sync in all sequences. Let's go. Only one more in the story, which is the books, before we get to the Lost Archive. That's huge. As I just mentioned, our last trophy in the open world as Ezio Auditore was next. And on that note, it's worth mentioning our final trophy is Ezio Auditore ever, which low-key makes me really, really sad. He's been one of the most phenomenal video game characters I've ever played as. The final trophy is called Sage, which we get for collecting all available books in the game. We're well and truly on the home stretch, and it's now time to jump into the Lost Archive for the final 10 trophies before the Platinum. The Lost Archive comprises 7 memories of Clay Casmerics, who we know as Subject 16. They're very similar to the Desmond memory sequences we completed earlier in the playthrough. Memory Sequence 1 explores the formative years of his life, including his father's disregard of his career goals, as well as his father's focus on wealth. Sequence 2 focuses more on Clay's induction into the Assassin Order after he struggled to find purpose in his life. It's during Sequence 2 that we pick up this miscellaneous trophy in the Lost Archive called Save Yourself for landing on a block after falling more than 25 meters. For completing Sequence 2 and taking the induction leap of faith, we get the trophy called Part of the Creed. Sequence 3 revolves around us going undercover in Abstergo Industries to find out what the Templars are up to. Our introduction to the Animus Project as Subject 16, as well as Lucy Stillman and the role she played in the whole thing. We pick up the trophy called Jump They Say for reaching the Animus memo towards the end of Sequence 3. Memory 4 continues with our experiences inside the Animus. More background is also provided on Lucy Stillman and the role she played in helping us uncover the truth. For entering the Animus, we pick up the Enter the Animus trophy. Memory 5 involves Clay's memories of meeting the Isu god Juno, as well as his deteriorating relationship with his father, all the while struggling to deal with the revelations brought on by the bleeding effect, a phenomenon I spoke about in the Assassin's Creed 2 video a little while back. Basically, spending too much time in the machine fries your brain to an extent, you hallucinate like crazy, and it's just not a nice trip. For finishing Memory 5, we get the trophy called Meet Your Maker. Memory 6 explores Clay's memories on completing his mission of infiltrating Abstergo and uncovering the secrets of the Animus. This involves learning what Abstergo was looking for, which is the Apple of Eden that we've come to know quite well as their plans for it. And finally, Memory 7 encompasses Clay's memories on creating his contingency plan at the end of his mission, as well as his final tumultuous days. As we near the end of the memory, so close to the finish line, the bridge falls away, leaving us free-falling all the way back to Sequence 1. This represents Clay's imprisonment inside the Animus forever. For experiencing the loop in Memory 7, we get the trophy called, you guessed it, the loop. Now that we've completed the memory sequences themselves, it was time to backtrack and pick up the random trophies we missed along the way. We start off by crossing the River Styx without failing, which we did in the recent Memory 7. For completing this, we get the trophy called Cross Styx without dying. Next, we needed to get our hands on the 20 decipher fragments scattered throughout the memories. I did a pretty good job of making sure I got all of these along the way, so there were only 2 I needed to go back for to get the trophy called Find All Pieces. Now for the toughest trophy of the Lost Archive. I needed to make it the entire way through Memory Sequence 4 without failing to get the trophy called Impress Warren Vidic. It's safe to say that the frustration was real. Oh, there's no shot, there's no shot, there's no shot. Come on, how hard is this?
What's gonna happen to me? Don't worry. Lucy will get you out.
No, so close.
That fear I hear in your voice, Subject 16?
Oh my god, did I make it?
His readings aren't normal.
Is that it? Oh, thank god. Impress Warren Vidic.
Stick to the mission.
Oh, we got it. We got it. There's one left. That was a mission.
You're a team.
I don't even know what to say. My hands are so clammy right now, that's what I'll say. One trophy left. The next one's straightforward. The final one's straightforward. I didn't want to leave that one to last because I knew it was going to be a pain in the neck. But we got there. Chat, we got there. As mentioned, one more trophy to get before the platinum. For that, we needed to go back to sequence 5, break the loop, and escape the cycle. This was only made available once all the data fragments had been obtained. Here's the moment we get trophy number 49, breaking the loop, as well as number 50 being that shiny, shiny platinum. That's it. Okay, this should be it. This should be trophy. Not that door. Taking the bridge.
Your eyes are now open.
Taking the bridge. This should be the final trophy. Is that it? Is that it? Tell me that's it. Where's this trophy? Where's this trophy? Writing an email. Come on, just give me the trophy. Just give me the trophy. Trophy for the alternate ending in sequence 5 of the Lost Archive, and that should be it, and that should be the platinum. Operation successful. There we go, breaking the loop, alternate ending, and where's the platinum? The Conqueror. There we go. Happy days. AC Revelations done and dusted. That's the Ezio Trilogy done and dusted. Look, Revelations was solid. It was solid. It wasn't, in my opinion, wasn't as good as Assassin's Creed 2. That was the best of the 3, in my opinion. Story in that was insane. You know, the gameplay definitely got better as you went through them, and obviously the graphics got better, especially with Revelations. That's probably where this one trumps the other two. But I think AC2 for me, like, that story is just second to none. That's the best Assassin's Creed I've played. I've still got a lot of them to play, so keep an eye out on the channel for those videos in the future. But yeah, that's the Ezio Trilogy. So if you've enjoyed the video, do me a favor, like the video if you haven't already, sub, all that good stuff. Leave a comment down in the comments, even just your favorite emoji, you know, for engagement. Hope you're well, I hope you're safe, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.